So Jared, the other day you had posted about the Gym Protection Project, which essentially Spartan is offering 1 million free races, and that can be Tough Mudder, it can be Spartan, it can be DecaFit, and essentially all people have to do is sign up and continue paying their gym memberships. And this really is an idea to support gyms that have mandated closings, that are trying to hold on and survive through this quarantine. How did it start? What was the thought initially coming into this?
Well, I think it goes back to when we shut everything down. I hate using this term because it's been abused, but we all talk about pivoting, right? And Spartan's pivoted big time through this whole situation, because even though it's been an event company since its inception, we've had to pivot into something where it's more of a lifestyle. And we've been doing everything possible to connect with the fitness industry, with the racing industry, all the current and past Spartan athletes, the new DecaFit and Tough Mudder avatars that we have now. So it's since day one. I mean, we haven't rested, man. It's been a situation where I got back from Denver, trying to set up DecaFit there and meeting so many awesome people while we were there, and we can talk more. But the whole idea was let's make sure we stay connected and that we stay true to our mission of impacting 1 million lives through fitness. And so you'll see, if you look at the Spartan all the social media pieces from DecaFit to Spartan, that's what we're doing. And there's been a lot of people helping us out throughout the industry. I mean, it's been amazing how everybody's just saying yes. And how the GPP came about was Joe and I were talking on the phone, and as we do daily, and we just started talking about the loans that are out there, the PPP loans, and I said, the misperception that's out there is that people think that the gyms are going to be okay because of these loans, and they're not, because you know what? It's just covering some expenses. It's not covering all of the expenses, and it's not revenue. And there's been a lot of big club companies that have closed down during this. Those are going to be the ones that are harder to help through this GPP, and I'll explain the different pieces to it. But anybody that's shut down and they're not doing everything possible to engage with their members and their clients, like giving them virtual workouts and still charging them dues, because that's what a lot of these fitness professionals and brick and mortar owners are doing throughout the world, is they've pivoted and they're working their butts off. I mean, producing these videos are almost harder than running your day-to-day brick and mortar operation. And so, Joe and I talked about that, and I said, I'm worried. I'm worried about the fitness industry, and the fitness industry obviously is a big piece of the success of Spartan, of DecaFit, of Tough Mudder. And it's something where we need to support them, and we need to be genuine, because we continue to say, I know I've been saying it over and over, is our whole idea here, especially when we created DecaFit, was to unite the fitness industry together. We're not interested in competition. We're in terms of competing against other fitness businesses. We want to unite all genres and all levels of fitness. And I think we've been working towards that. So shorten that story a little bit. I hung up the phone with Joe, and 10 minutes later, he sends me a text and he says, hey, what about the Gym Protection Project? He created it within 10 minutes, and it's the way his mind works. And and then he said, what if we give away 1 million races? I'll give away 1 million races as long as these members continue to pay their membership fees and dues to these gyms that are staying open. So I want to be clear about that, is that's what we're trying to do with the race entries, is if you continue to pay your gym because they're open and because they're feverishly trying to provide you virtual workouts and keep you engaged and keep you moving and keep getting you stronger, and they're impacting and inspiring your life, then we're going to give you a free Spartan, Tough Mudder, or DecaFit race. That's what that piece is all about.
So to interject real quick, Jared, what you're saying is if it's a gym that's just completely closed down and is doing nothing, then that's not what we're trying to support here.
Well, it's not that we're not trying to support, but the members aren't able to support that gym anyway. So what we're doing is we're trying to reward and maybe incentivize somebody to keep paying for their gym membership if they're open, and when I say open for business, that means because they're still getting billed and they're getting something in return from that gym.
Sure.
Now, it went a little step further. The next step was this. Okay, we understand that there has been mandated closures. A lot of the franchises, a lot of the big club companies have been mandated to close down. And that's a lot of it's on their own, which is unfortunate because I'm connected with a lot of those franchisees. But so there's another thing that we can do. It's like, hey, why don't we give them another revenue stream if they don't have it? And so, what Joe immediately thought about, what if we enabled them to purchase Spartan nutrition products, okay? And they don't have to buy any inventory. What we're going to do is give them a specific code, and their members and clients can go and purchase anything from Spartan Nutrition, and they will collect 50% of the sale. Okay. Now, we don't know if that's going to mean $50, $1,000, $2,000, but it just depends on the owner and how aggressive they are about that particular promotion. And we know that's not going to.
And they don't have to purchase anything. So what they're doing is using the code and basically telling their members, hey, if you're buying these products anyways, go buy them from Spartan. And that way you're helping us, you're helping yourself. And it's a win-win.
Right. The products are awesome. And, so it's again, there's nothing out of pocket for the gym owner. So if you're closed, if you're open for business, and when I say open for business, you know what I mean, right? It's just,
sure.
You're offering services still for your clients. And there's a lot of them around there or out there. But you're going to get 50% of those sales. So we're not looking at getting a big margin from this by any means. But we also hope that people enjoy the products and there's something for that gym owner to help them out through this time. And then the third piece of this is the DecaFit licensing program. And we're offering that for free. And, what that consists of is basically when we open the gates again for events, if you have members going to a DecaFit, we're going to pay you a commission for everybody that you bring to a DecaFit. We're going to give you some free DecaFit entries for yourself and your team members. And, we want you to invite your tribe to these events, obviously. And then, so that's one piece of that. The second piece is we're going to offer you marketing collateral where it displays that you're a DecaFit licensed facility. We're going to give you DecaFit strength and conditioning programs, training programs to help you prepare for an event. And we know that there's a lot of fitness professionals like myself. I'll get that template and I'll probably modify it to my environment, but I'm going to have those types of tools. And then there's also going to be more informational mediums for your members and clients to learn more about DecaFit. And then the other piece of that is we're going to offer business support, networking, marketing support as well. I've been a mastermind coach, a fitness business mastermind coach with Todd Durkin for many years, and I still play that role. But what we want to do is we don't want to dig deep into that piece because we're busy with events. But what we want to do is we have a private Facebook page, and we want to provide something educational every single week to our licensees so that they get more knowledge and they can put more in their toolbox to run their business more successfully. and perhaps even get inspired. Because I'll tell you what, being a gym owner, it's a tough business. And sometimes you feel like you're on this island by yourself. And I know for myself, I was lucky to work for some companies along the way that definitely helped me increase my business knowledge. But all of us got into this because we're passionate and purposeful about changing lives and helping people get better. And then when we go out and we do our own thing and we build these brick and mortars or online training, we're like, oh crap, I got to learn about business all of a sudden. I didn't know about the half of this. And so we want to provide those opportunities to get better. And then also network with our sponsors and our partners. We want our sponsors and our partners to give our licensees exclusive benefits. And we want to create a win-win again, so that we connect the industry together.
So I'm going to try to sum all that up as briefly as I can and make sure that we're on the same page. So I listened to what you just said there. And basically what I'm hearing is, if I'm a gym, one, that I can offer members, I hate to say I can offer, but my members, as long as they keep paying their dues, will get a free raise. Two, I can offer Spartan nutrition products to all of my members, to anybody that may follow my page, whatever. And I can receive proceeds from that, 50%. And then three, I can get DecaFit licensing, which includes business support, marketing support, and all that for free. And it's up to 12 months is free. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what, man, we've got an awesome group of people that are already in it, and they're helping one another. And it's just, it's awesome to see them connect with one another, because they realize, gosh, you know what, I've been doing this on my own for a long time, and sometimes for a short period, but I know there's other like minds that I can connect with and help me with my business.
Absolutely. So, I mean, this is an awesome program, and I'm glad that you guys are putting that out there. And you're right. I feel like every business has been impacted. Almost every individual probably has been impacted by what's going on right now, but obviously some a lot more than others. And gym owners, I can't even imagine the thought process, the mental struggle right now of trying to remain positive. And you're right, when you mentioned earlier that sometimes they may be working harder right now. I don't think that some people realize, in order to set up and to film and to edit and to get this content out there virtually, it takes hours. And especially if you're new to that and you're trying to figure this out for the first time, again, the amount of time that goes into that, not to mention just the mental struggle of trying to remain positive, because this is your livelihood, this is your income. And I know that you said that your family has been impacted personally, correct? Before we kind of got started here.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm right now. I'm here in our studio, and we've got basically all the equipment out of the building right now, because we've loaned it to members and clients, and we're still running challenges to keep them engaged and keep them moving. And we've got a My Zone program here, and I can see who's crushing their workouts still, even without the studio being open. But there's a lot of engagement, a lot of connection. Adina, my fiance, is, she just does a wonderful job of connecting with her members. And she's running a coffee and connect on Zoom this morning, and they talk about different issues. And she's just beyond the workouts. They're also working on the mindset and what's going on in here.
Sure. And that's huge right now. And so we're doing the same thing. My wife and I are working out virtually with our gym. They did a loaner program to where you get different pieces of equipment each week, basically, and you're trading it out so everybody kind of has a chance to do different things. But I mean, our coaches, our owners are coaching through Zoom, just like I'm watching you right now. When you're doing your workout, they're watching and yelling, hey, let's go, and pushing virtually just like they would in a physical brick and mortar facility, which is cool to see. And I know there's a lot of negative, and obviously a lot of people are being impacted both by the virus itself and then by the economic impact. But I am glad to see people like yourself, businesses like Spartan that are evolving, like you said, into becoming more of a lifestyle and not just an event company. and gyms that are able to do these things virtually. And there's no doubt that on the other side of this, and I've said this on multiple podcasts and things, we're going to all come out changed and a little bit different. And I think that we have an opportunity to take these circumstances and to have something good come out of it, to bring something positive, to build new positive habits as we're spending time at home or working through these challenging circumstances.
Yeah. And you know, the one thing I'll add to this, we don't know what's happening next. You know, I hate making predictions, but I know, you know, after I've got all these challenges in my head, like I'm doing a personal burpee challenge and just doing everything possible to keep me motivated and disciplined about my workouts. And, you know, I just got done with one and it's like therapy, right? You know, it's like, man, if I didn't do that today, I don't know where my headspace would be. I might have some trash in there. And the workouts get it all out. But the thing I was thinking about the other day, I was working out alone once again, is, you know, we can't forget what brick and mortar creates for people, because people crave connectivity, and there's nothing more powerful than those face-to-face interactions, you know, not screen to screen, but face-to-face, where, and I think people miss, and they realize, oh man, I've been taking those for granted, the fist bumps, the high fives, the hugs, the people laughing together, crying together sometimes. You know, it's a place where your tribe keeps you accountable. And what a lot of people don't realize, because, you know, there's a lot of insecurities out there, but people notice when you're not there, they want you there. And I have been somebody that's been in this industry for 30 years, and I crave that gym energy. Even when I'm working out by myself, I get inspired by what's happening around me. And so I think, you know, we got to remember the gym is our home away from home. And I know that everybody's talking about, oh, I'm going to pivot completely to online training. I think it's an awesome service to have, especially if you want to connect with people or members that are on business travel and so forth. But you know what, let's not forget the value of the brick and mortar and that safe haven, that gets your mind right, gets your body right, and gets you emotionally right.
So important. So important. I know that my wife, you know, as far as personally impacted, she talks a lot about how much she has grown personally in the last few years since we found the gym that we're at right now. And it really, truly has made a big impact on her, both with, you know, changes physically, with mental changes, with developing some friendships that she has some strong friendships now. So you're right. The virtual part is great. And I hope that the positive things that we've developed during this time continue, but it's also really important to get back in there. And you're right, have that physical contact, that touch, the atmosphere, because there's no doubt I push a lot harder in the gym environment than I do at home on my own. I try to replicate that. And again, the Zoom coaches and things like that, it does have a big impact, but it's just not the same as when you're there.
You know what I do like, Michael? I like
sure.
the fact that when I do my workouts alone, I can scream and roar and nobody's looking at me weird.
My neighbors, because I work out in the garage when I'm doing that. So I always wonder, I'm like, how loud is my music for people passing by? Or like, you know, the barbell dropping and hitting the floor. Like, what are they thinking? You know, breaking stuff in the garage. But